Hi guys, today I'm going to be filming my foundation routine using the Revlon Nearly Naked Foundation. I'm also going to be using the Nearly Naked Powder. So I've never done a foundation routine, so cut me a little slack here. Hopefully you enjoy, and if you want to see how I did my foundation today, just keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started doing my foundation. Again, I'm using Revlon's Nearly Naked. The shade I have is 110 Ivory. Shake it up first. I think I might want to go a shade darker, but I picked this up and it's a fairly good match. It's better for the paler side of my face. One half of my face is much darker than the other. So I usually just shake the bottle, my finger over that, and dot it all over my face. Very, very sloppily, might I add. And I'm going to be buffing it out with a buffing brush rather than using a sponge, which I use with some of my other foundations, because I feel like since this is a sheerer coverage product, I get more coverage with the sponge while still seeing my freckles through the foundation across my nose. Alright, so I'm going to take the e.l.f. powder brush, and it is dirty because I used it just yesterday. I don't wash my brushes every day. And just kind of blend it into my face. I do not use a primer, but I did moisturize before this with a sample of a moisturizer I got from the Balm, which I will list down below once I can remember so I can look up exactly what moisturizer it is I'm using, because I have a few. And I'm holding it really close down, because when I hold it further out, I don't feel like I have as much control, so I'm holding it literally practically by the bristles here. So once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my corrector. I'm using the Covergirl and Olay Simply Ageless Under Eye Corrector in 230. It is the correcting shade. As you can see, I use it quite a bit, so the swirl's practically invisible at this point. I'm going to swirl my finger in it and kind of blend it under my eye. And I do go up into this inner corner area because I get really dark in through there as well. And I feel like this is a touch too yellow for me. Like it shows up too yellow. So I'll show you what I do. Since I have that worked under that eye, I'll go on to the next one. And I just swirl all across the top of that. Pardon my strange faces. And I am really layering it on there because I really hate how visible my under eye circles are. Okay, so now that I have my corrector for my under eye circles on, I'm going to go ahead and conceal the rest of my issues. So as you can see, you can probably see I have a dark spot here, I've got a dark spot up here, and I want to kind of add some extra coverage. And I like to go around my nose because I get a lot of redness through there throughout the day. So I'm just going to, and I'm using the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer, Skin Tone Adapting Concealer and Highlighter in Fair/Light. And this is also number 230. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup. I am using the Revlon Nearly Naked powder in 010 Fair. And it is kind of messy because I spilled foundation on it literally just now. And I just dropped it. Skills. And I'm taking a separate e.l.f. powder brush. This one looks far cleaner because this one I actually use for powder. And I kind of just tap and swirl in the product. Starting on my nose, which is the only part of my face that gets oily. Kind of tap it on there. Then up a little bit just to set the concealers. And after doing my nose, I do not swirl it again, I just tap it in the powder. So it picks up a smaller amount. And I want to make sure I get under my eyes because my under eye concealer has a tendency of creasing despite being extremely dry there. And then I kind of just buff it into my skin. I always kind of feel to make sure there's no spots in my face I feel like I miss because they always feel slightly tackier. Whew, my foundation made a mess today. Pardon my dog, she's a noisy little brat. So next I do my contouring, and I'm going to be using today the NYX Mosaic Face Powder Color Wheel, or not NYX, it's an NYC New York Color Wheel Mosaic Face Powder in Oliver Bronze Glow. I can get this at my local Walmart market and I think other Walmarts, but I heard it was discontinued, but I see it all over the place. And I'm using the e.l.f. complexion brush, and I just swirled in there, tap it off, and then I pinch the bristles here. Tapping off on my hand always makes my hand go numb. Okay. So you can see I got my kind of contour line there, and I will blend it out a little bit more because it is a little intense. And I take a little tiniest bit and kind of go around here, around my hairline. My jaw. And the sides of my nose. There, skin itched. Alright. So I contour with that. I alternate my contour pretty often, but I do really love this for contouring. And then I'm going to do my blush. And I am going to go ahead actually and use the blush that's in the Balm Jovi Rockstar palette from the Balm. And it's the Fratway blush, but in here, or in here it's called Don't You Want Me. And I'm going to use an entirely separate one of the e.l.f. complexion brush. I actually really like using this for blushes. It's really soft. I just recently picked this one up. So I just kind of tap it in there, tap it off because it's very soft and very pigmented. And admittedly, this is pretty heavy-handed. So what I do when I feel like I did a little too much, got stuff all over this brush, is I will take it and kind of blend it with the contour with the brush I use with my face powder. Since it does have a little color to it, it helps kind of minimize that. And then taking my e.l.f. fan brush, I'm going to use the Solid Gold Luminizer, which is the same as the Mary Luminizer from what I've been told. also from since it's in the same palette. And I just get a little on my brush and lightly dust it over my cheekbones. And down my nose. I do like going down my nose, my chin, my Cupid's bow, and I kind of run it down just to blend in my nose to the center of my forehead. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and then show you the final results. Alright, so now I've done the rest of my makeup, and as you can see, went a little crazy with the mascara and did a bright red lip today. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comments area here. I'm going to be filming some more videos and putting up some more. I'm going to try and get a schedule going for me. Just got to find time between work and the very little free time I have. I tend to sleep. But I will definitely be getting back to any comments you leave, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, guys.